everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking a little bit more about interruptions. It's been something that's been coming up quite a bit in our conversations, both online and offline and in my private sessions. So, do you have any challenges when you are trying to interrupt somebody? Or what happens when you do get interrupted? How do you address it? How do you move on from that conversation? Because a lot of the time our voice gets impacted by interruptions. When our emotions start to get triggered, we then start to hold the body, which then starts to hold the voice. So thinking about interruptions, can you reflect to a moment where you were interrupted and your emotions were triggered? Take a moment to do that for yourself right now. That's quite interesting. Whatever that came up for you is just fine. What we need to figure out is, how are we communicating? What is our own personal communication style? Because it really matters what type of communicator is communicating with you, and how does that interaction work between the two of you? Let's just say somebody who prefers to have more of a passive approach to communication is having a conversation with somebody who is a little bit more aggressive in their style of communication. What happens there is that we have different perceptions of what happens when an interruption happens, and there's also different types of interruptions. One is interjecting, another is really trying to clarify. There's some others where you are just trying to add on, but you don't know if you can, so you kind of step in, but it doesn't really fit in. There's so many things that can happen. But really the most important thing is, what are we taking away from that interruption? How do we move forward with it? Do you let yourself get triggered by that interruption and let it take you off course completely and the conversation doesn't end up where you wanted it to end up? Or can we go with the flow, take it into consideration, really acknowledge it, and then move on? This is where the breathing exercises come in so handily, because when you're able to check into yourself to know that, okay, well, if this person interrupted me, it has nothing to do with me except that, yes, it might be a little bit rude, or perhaps that they didn't know better but felt like they needed to. By addressing it happening and doing it in a very diplomatic way will help you to move on from that situation, because you've acknowledged the emotions in yourself and you can continue moving forward with it. If somebody gets stuck in that moment where that interruption is happening, it can completely take over the entire conversation. And then our voices become a little bit more squeezed and we're not really speaking from that fluid place with that calm confidence. Being able to ground yourself in that moment is probably the most important thing. So when it comes to speaking in your voice, make sure that you are checking into yourself, doing what you need to, acknowledging what's happening and helping yourself move on from it, even if someone's trying to take it away from you. So I hope that was quite helpful for you. And make sure that you join in with our conversations that's happening at SLVC Facebook group with the online community. The link you can find in the comments below, and make sure that you also subscribe to our newsletter here so that you can receive all these different tips and tricks throughout your week. I'm really excited to be sharing all this with you because I believe that we should be the most confident communicators as we possibly can. Effective communication can change so much for us, as well as speaking confidently and with conviction. And that's why our motto is, learn to speak and communicate passionately, precisely, and with courage. It takes a lot to get there, so I'm so glad you're here with us, and I can't wait to see you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell up there so you know when our next videos come up, and I can't wait to see you soon. Take care. Bye.